Alright, so today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, semen retention. First, what is semen retention? Semen retention can be defined as a practice of self mastery through abstinence or celibacy, but it is most effective when you couple it with completing a certain task. It could be something like working out and losing a certain amount of weight or building a certain amount of muscle. It could be like putting yourself in a certain frame of mind so you can get a certain task done. Like we've heard many stories about boxers and even businessmen that took time away from sexual gratification so that they could focus on building themselves. And our sexual abstinence or semen retention, celibacy, whatever you want to call it, that practice offered them a state of discipline, right, and willpower, or gave them a sense of willpower that they probably before weren't in possession of. Now, I can understand why men who have not practiced the art of semen retention may believe that it's some mumbo jumbo bro science placebo effect. But as someone who has engaged in the practice and has had varying stints from weeks to months to even over a year before, I can tell you that it is indeed an elite level practice, and it is something that most men are incapable of. One, why? Because most men are indisciplined. Two, and two probably should have been number one, human beings have a strong pull, a strong attraction for fulfilling their carnal desires. It's very difficult for us to deny our flesh, and sex especially. It can be such a beautiful thing and an amazing way to express oneself that it is quite difficult to tell yourself, no, you're not going to do this. Especially when you live in an era where sex is so readily available, and even through the advent of digital pornography, right? Watching videos on the internet, pixels on a screen, you can get off, right? And it's created a generation of men who are far less motivated to get the job done. They are far more satisfied with not aspiring to better themselves. And sometimes deep down these men do have a desire to develop themselves, but they lack the push that's necessary. And I'm telling you, any form of long suffering, not just semen retention, any form of you denying your flesh for an extended period of time with a particular goal in mind can put you in a state of greatness. My words, my vocabulary, I'm not in possession of the lexicon that can fully express what this does to a man, right? If you're a young man especially, you're probably very enamored with the idea of sleeping with a bunch of women all the time, going out having fun, being a stud, being a gallus, yeah, being a ladies man, yeah, being a Mac daddy, yeah. I understand you want to get your Mac on, you want to do your thing, you want to get it in. But the long-term benefits of refraining from certain pleasurable activities is incredibly rewarding. And like I said, this doesn't just go for semen retention. This goes for working out. This goes for fasting. This goes for a litany of things. The harder path is normally the one that's going to bring you the most success. You just have to be willing to step on that path and focus. Now, a few pointers I want to give you about semen retention is, when you do begin to practice this art form, do not become obsessed with your days, and don't become an individual that begins to feel as though you're a god. because you're doing so well or because you're very proud of yourself. You see, semen retention is something that also can make you incredibly prideful. And I hadn't realized this until I had done the journey for a significant amount of time. And now I want to re-enter this journey. And I realize that I now lack the discipline that I had before. And I'm a lot more humble than I was when I was, on day 400 in the past. But one, it's a beautiful art form. It makes you develop a degree of self-discipline and self-respect for yourself that you hadn't even realized that you lacked. It offers you mental clarity. You think clearer. You become more creative. Sex in and of itself is the most, sexual energy is the most powerful form of creative expression there is. So if you refrain from this, the act of ejaculating and having sex, you now put that energy, that sexual energy, that charisma, that creative energy into the deeper fibers of your being that can lead you to create amazing pieces of art, amazing work can get done if you just focus. So yeah, man. Not to mention the energy that you have. That's one of the first things you'll notice. You'll feel almost as though it is absolutely electrifying your very being. You feel more energetic. You feel more lively. You feel stronger. You feel more capable. You actually start feeling more like a man. Right? This is what happens. This is why this is a beautiful art form and it's something that all men should practice. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have sex with women. I'm also not advocating for you to be a whoremonger. But I am saying that there should at least be moments in your life where you can deny your flesh, right? And focus on the things that need to be done. You understand what I'm saying? So, right. Take care for now. Bless.